our TCS tutorial. Today we are okay. In our last lesson, we seen how to define a simple statement. Today we are going to process the statement. Now, how do we process the statement? There are two ways you can process like getting into that processing part or the ESS part. The one is you can get to the generate statement. You can go to the generate statement, choose there should be a now L, am I right? Lesson statement. If there is more than one period, you have to choose the period. If it's only one period, okay. The interim date is in case you want to process for only half month. You cannot change the beginning of the period, but you can provide an interim end date. Okay, and the trial run, ignore that. Like never get into the trial run. I tell you why there's no need for trial run. Include trace statement give you more information when you are processing it. Then these are filtering. You can say like filtering of people. What you want people from business unit or benefit group or a particular employer or a particular employer, and you can do for fast formula. I have already covered the fast formula section of the total compensation fast formula section. I'll give you a link. Basically you have to return yes or no, Y or L. That's So I'll give the link in that comment section. Uh, then for a particular manager hierarchy, or you can choose a person. If you want process only one person, you can choose that. Okay, now this is a one way you can navigate to process the statement. There's a other possible easier way is you go to the statement definitions. Choose the statement and there is in the top. I don't know if this is covering or not. I have no idea. There's a something called finish and generate statement. If my video is not covering it, I'm sorry. There's a three button: save, finish, cancel. In the finish, you can see finish and generate statement. That you can click on that. When you are clicking on that, automatically you are coming to the same page. The statement name appears. If there's only one period, the period come by default, then everything is same. There is nothing okay, I'm processing for only one person. Assume that that's a tabby. Okay, the person is selected. Now I'm just submitting the statement. Okay, now it says, do you want to recheck? It is a confirmation, there's a two confirmation. Do you want to do anything with the change parameter? Say no. Then the final confirmation. The process submitted with a number. Okay, this is the number generated. Now, once it goes to the monitor page. Okay, the monitor page. This page belongs to TCS. There are two monitor page. One is basically belongs to the ESS. Okay, this is a basically TCS. This is give a process ID, submission time. All this information give you. This also tell you what are the parameters submitted. Okay, now you can see the exact parameter. What are the parameters you submitted, and there's a report. Okay, now here there is a button you can expand that. Now this is tell you how many thread it is processing. Okay, if there is only one person you are processing, there's only one thread. Okay, when you are processing a multiple people, it process multiple threads. The thread definition we already seen in the introduction. There is a global setup to see that I mean, the global compensation level setup. So every compensation process, how many thread is allocated. You can go and change the setup. So if you are having it by default is three. One thread at a time, how many people process, that is also set up. That's called chunk size, which is also we talked about that. In our case, we are processing a one person. So this is the one person is this is basically you're processing a data. This is taking the data, converting into the XML for the PDF. That's the reason it's XML data. For person data is basically a processing the data. Okay, it's done. Once it is done, then you can get into the report. Okay. The one more thing I notice is whenever I seen a customer basically when they want to reprocess, they do and batch the statement or batch the statement for a person, then they come for a reprocess. That is waste of your time because the TCS process all do a purge itself because it is only the way it is defined is a particular statement for a period for a person that can be only one statement can exist at a time. For example, in our case, it is that lesson statement for 2023, there can be only one statement. So if you are processing it again, automatically go make sure you delete the previous the data and generate data again for a particular period. So you don't have to go purge and the data and come back and generate it. It is waste of your time. It automatically takes care of it. Okay. Then I go to the report part. Okay. The report part tell you like basically like in the summary tell you how many people selected, how many people errored, how many people like ignored because there's no value. In our case, one or one, so there's a values there, so it's processed. So in the details section, it tell you like how many people are processed. Okay, all this information is there. There's a error. There's a two error. One is a error. Is a person level value errors. This is a validation error. This is a like when you are validating that parameter, all this stuff. Like before you are getting into a process, whatever that person process, whatever the error which is normally falls in the validation error. In this case, we don't have a error. So now we can view the statement from here. Okay. Now I'm going to view the statement, goes to the sales. Okay. I have a welcome page. Just I put the welcome page. You can see that you can also see the position. You can see the job here. In our case, both we selected. Most of the time you select only that like the only job. So this is the person and this is a statement definition name. Okay. Now I'm getting into a admin mode. Whatever this is, everything I'm doing is admin mode. When I'm coming as an employee, I can see my statement. That look statement looks like different. Like you may not be able to see all this information. The statement name and all this information you may not see. There are some information you may not see. You see only the period. Okay. And here, okay, now what is happening here is like the summary side, you go summary, you see that whatever the data is collected with this is here. You see a cash compensation. So here is a monitor section and monitor section. Okay. If you have description, everything which is basically appear here, I haven't put that. Either you can navigate from here, or you can click here, or you can click here. It's the same thing. I'm going to go here. See here. This is the salary. You can see it here. If you are going to the salary here, this is that section here. Now there's a somewhere we define as a display all. I don't. Okay, we go to that medic benefit probably. Okay, now I'm going to medical. So here the graph, everything is there. The display all is there. Medical is there. Uh, back. Okay, I was not sure which one I define as a. Okay, anyway, if you are going to the user category, see like salary, bonus is the commission is not there. The commission is there. It will be displayed like the same thing. Okay, back here. Now you can go and look at that, like stock category looks a little different because it looks okay. Now here, what is happening here? It has got a market value, everything estimated market value. You can go and change the value. Say that 140 today, I believe 140 here. Okay, okay. The 40 coming from a setup, like you can go into the compensation level global setup. You can define a currency value over the default value. Or you can give it here, automatically changes the value, changes accordingly, whatever you have it here. Okay. Now, okay, this is the online statement. Now, okay, now I want to show you something here. Okay, this is where I was talking about, okay, like worker local currency. This is again in case is all USD. If you are having a different currency, you can see what the transaction currency, what happened, how the transaction is like taken place. Sometimes like if your company is internationally operating, the people may spend in a different traveling. People may spend in a different currency. You can see the actual currencies. That's what happening here. In case everything is given in USD, so you don't see any difference. Okay, this is all about the online statement. Now here you can look at the, okay, there's a two option here. Okay, now the video is not properly covering everything. I think there's only part of screen covering. I'll come to that PDF in my next session so I can show it everything in detail. Okay, we will see it in our next session. Till that, like, if you have a question, please ask questions. Okay, bye.